I'm sorry, a few minutes I've just taken.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Very good evening. Yes, ma'am. Very good evening. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And sorry, I had some technical issue, so I've just immediately changed that other system. And thanks for a few minutes, which just allowed me to, allow me to just do that arrangements. Thank you so much. And sorry for that. I've taken for 8 to 10 minutes. Yeah. Very good evening to all, and I hope around 152 participants which have joined. And today, my topic, which they have just given as reference management tools.
Sir, a formal small introduction, sir.
Oh, it is there. Okay, fine. I thought yesterday I was introduced, so I thought. Right, ma'am. Thank you so much. You please.
Introducing you again, sir.
Right, ma'am. Then thank you. Please go ahead.
Most respected Professor Arvidan Nambi, sir, Director of the IQAC, resource person of today's session, Dr. B. Jayaprakash from Bharathasan University, and enthusiastic participants. Good evening to all. I start with the quote from our former Chief Minister, Aringer Anna. Go to the people, live among them, learn from them, love them, serve them, plan with them, start with what they know, build on what they have. Okay. Now let me have the pleasure of introducing Dr. B. Jayaprakash. He's working as the Associate Professor in Bharathasan University. He has 25 years of professional experience. I don't want to take much of our time. Thanks, sir, for accepting our invitation and being with us to handle this session on reference management software tools. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of IQAC. The platform is yours, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your formal introduction, and very good evening to all. And most respected Vice Chancellor and Registrar and Director of IQAC, and all the faculty members of ANNAMALAI University, and all the coordinators who is nicely arranging of this 14 days program for the benefit of the faculty members and the research scholars. And I take this opportunity to thank and congratulate Sai Leela ma'am and Pravina ma'am for taking Sanjeevi sir to taking these efforts to organize this wonderful program. And yesterday we could complete off one topic which is really needed for the hour, that's called the publication matrix. And today they just allotted me the one more topic which is most relevant for that the research scholars and faculty members, how effectively they can manage of the reference management tools. Okay, so hope faculty members, you might have just completed of your PhDs and with a lot of struggle, I know that. And this referencing part is much important for any faculty member or research scholars, and to organize of your all research activities in a single place. Okay, it is very much important. So from the day one you started for your the research, and you should collect, organize, and arrange all your collected articles in a single place, and then appropriate the international styles of bibliographies, and you need to draw for your manuscript or your thesis, and that should be exactly arranged as per the requirements by the university concerned. Say like my university, which they're asking all your thesis to be submitted in the APA style. So like that, maybe like ANNAMALAI University, most of the Tamil Nadu universities, they may go with APA style. Sometimes it may differs with the subject specific. Okay, subject specific. So much important of this reference management tools. So one is to organize all your references. Second, you can just draw our international standard of bibliography styles, APA or MLA, CHICAP, or whatever it is like. So that can be done. And third one is like, and any of that your thesis or manuscript Now recently by the UGC notification, and all the universities, they need to just check for the plagiarism concept. Okay, so if you are not quoted properly, if you are not just given a credit to that the articles where you just collected and a particular author, if you're not just giving any credit, so that it is an offense. Okay, so sometimes you will get into the plagiarism so concept, and universities, all they're just fixing like that should be below 20%, and that also just differs from university to university, 20, and UGC says like a 10, and some universities they just asked us to below 25. So all it is there, but you will be get caught by the plagiarism. So these are the concept why we need to just go for the reference management tools. Okay, reference management tools, very special. There are a lot of tools which is available. Now, prior to this, and those who have just completed of your PhD, and you might have just struggled a lot to collect all that relevant articles for your research. Then to organize, really it was it might have been a very good they practice and then struggle also to collect and keep everything in a single place. Okay, so for example, and I would like to hear from our audience and faculty member, those who just completed, just to narrate. For example, like Pravina madam, you're there in the forum. Pravina ma'am, you're there.
Sir, why sir?
No, just to share your PhD, how you collected, how you organized. So just I want to hear the struggle, what you just heard while you're just collecting that the articles. Just simple.
I will ask Pravina ma'am to speak, sir.
Okay. Hello, ma'am.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody just gives like Excel as a master sheet, all it is okay, fine. Yeah, just I want to hear from ma'am saying that what are the real struggle. Why? Because so how the effective you can use, that's what my point is here. Like, so previous, those who have just completed, they might have just gone with the number of madam, you're getting ready for it. Yeah, if any problem with the technical, and somebody can address, please. Yeah, those are just allowed on unmute. Okay.
They can unmute, sir. They can unmute and speak.
Yeah. Please, any faculty member, those who have just the completed, and just I want to know like what are the struggle which you gone through of your collecting of articles. Very simple, very simple. Maybe someone is giving with the Excel sheets arrangement, all that is. Yeah. Anybody, please.
Sir, mine was on e-resources, sir, usage.
Fine, ma'am. Yeah, tell me. Very good.
So it was in the different universities of Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
So my problem was on data collection, sir.
Okay. Now our area is only for referencing and how you collected for your articles. A review of literature you might have just struggled to collect now. So that
Yes,
what are the formalities you maintain? That's what simple narration. It's not very detailed, very simple narration.
Regarding review of literature, that time internet was not popular like this, sir.
Okay.
So what we used to do, we used to go to the main library
and they will collect
the old thesis.
Fine.
Then what we used to have a diary.
Okay.
And note down all those things.
All
from
those things.
From which thesis we took.
Okay.
And article, page number, whatever details.
Fine.
Suppose we refer to journals, then we used to sit and write from this journal we did it.
Okay.
We took, and this was the volume number. The author was this from the institution. Everything we used to do it like that.
Yes. And you have to mention all the bibliography details in a separate by the writing and keep everything. It's very safe. And suppose you want to go back to collect at the original, it is a real struggle. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. And the collected the bibliography details you might have and how you just converted, how long you have just taken to convert as APA style. So it might have just taken for a month time.
Yes, sir. Very difficult, sir.
Yeah. Okay. We could understand by your expression itself, you have struggled a lot and collecting of articles and then to convert into the APA style or MLA, whatever it is requested by your university. So now, based on this ma'am's feedback, and we could understand that there is no internet or there was no internet connection and e-resources and all that was famous. So they have just struggled a lot to collect that articles first of all, and visiting a library, collecting in person. And then again, once you pointed out where the article, a book or a journal, whatever it is, they have to sit and write. They have to sit and write. But now for our scholars, you have a wonderful option, everything which is available in a fingertip, and you are sitting in a place and you can get all that information wherever it is available and you can collect it. Okay. So now most the important is like you have everything, but here again we are introducing a tool how effectively you can just organize of your the articles, and then how simple you can just convert of all your references into international standards. So that's what I'm here to mention. Like, thank you, ma'am. Thanks for sharing of your idea. But normally all that research scholars, and without using, if those are not using that reference management tools, so as a software, those are not using, and they are just collecting the articles, and once it is just collected, they're just collecting as the PDF. Those PDFs they're just putting into the different the folders, different days. Each and every folder will have the date, and again somebody told like the minor the area of research, all they will just mention it. That's good. Excel sheet, they're making it the titles and then a research area, all that thing. But most of the people, what they're doing is they are collecting the articles, they're just putting the different folders, maybe the day, and then again the topics, all they will just put it. So just think of when you started collecting of around 100 articles for your review of literature. So if sudden off your supervisor is asking like last 6 months, what are the articles you just collected? Last 6 months means I'm just talking about the months, last 6 months. Okay. It is not like what 1990 you collected. No, last 6 months recent publication of articles. Kindly just give me the list. Whether it is possible to give a list by anyone else, it is possible. It is not at all possible. It is not at all possible, because you have around 100 articles. Unless otherwise you open a particular PDF, you cannot even understand what is the title it is. What is the title it is. So this way, everyone might have been struggled. Now, say like 200 articles which you have collected for your research, out of which 180 you want to code it for your the thesis. Okay, so by the time when you just collect or writing of your bibliography or references, so when you just try to collect for 180 articles, really number of articles you might have been missed. Okay, now sometimes, so based on that missing, what we might have done is like one to quoting of your important article into the in-text citation. It means paragraph you might have just quoted, that which you're not giving them the references. The second option, reference list you might have added, but that detail which is not available in the paragraph, in-text citations. Okay, so now these are the problem. It is just faced by all our Indian research scholars. Okay, so the time of submission of thesis, when you do this mistake, it goes to the evaluation for the international. So they are exactly pointing out you have not quoted of the important author and a research contribution in your area. So this thesis, if you're not quoted for that important author, then how might have been your thesis? So simple lethargic evaluation they will do. So that is what the negative for us. To avoid this, we should just go properly collect all the articles and keep in a single place till completion of your research time. All the articles will be there in the single place. Very effectively, you can just handle it. That is what the objective of this class. And I'm just going to introduce what is reference management tools, what are the tools which is available, and finally we'll just touch with that. Mandalay is the important reference tool where you can just connect with all your collected details in a single place. Okay, and finally, to convert all your references, converting all your references into AP or MLA style or whatever the required style, immediately you can just do it. Immediately, within 5 minutes, you can do it. If I'll give this assignment to our participants, they may take a month's time or the week time to convert off the at least for 100 articles. Now, once you just maintain off your Yeah. Somebody, ma'am, please mute your mic. Yeah. Yeah, please, participants or the organizers,
Sir,
kindly.
I'll do, sir. I'll do,
Yeah,
sir.
fine. So when you just mention of this reference management tool, it is very simple to keep everything in a single place, and whenever you want, you can just go, and within 5 minutes you can convert all your API style or ML style. You don't have to struggle anything. That's what my point here. So with this introduction, I'll just start my presentation. Okay. So first we'll just have a look into that PPT, and later possible I'll just try to give you that the hands-on experience on this. Okay. So with this note, I'll just share my screen. Okay. So please confirm that my PPT is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So now, as reference management tools, exactly what reference management software is that simplify the process of reference management by allowing the user to collect, store, and organize references. Collect, store, and organize references. You can collect what are the articles which is available related to your subject specific, your research specific. You can collect, and you can just store and organize the references. Okay, organizing references in whichever the format, AP or MLS styles, whatever it is, and insert citations at the appropriate place. Insert citation, its appropriate place means in a paragraph. If you wanted to just quote off my article references, and you can just say Jayaprakash, 2018. Okay, Jayaprakash, 2020. So like that, you can just quote my references. That is called in-text citation. What you want to do, mention in the paragraph. So appropriate place in the body of the manuscript, and generate the list of references in an appropriate format of a bibliography styles. So you can collect, you can store, organize the references, insert citations, and finally you can generate for the appropriate format of bibliography. So small the clarity, references and bibliography. So sometimes we may get confusion on this. So references, exactly what you just quoted in your text, that will be available in the reference list. What exactly you put in your text, that will be available in the references. And bibliography, and apart from quoting a text, something you might have just consulted for your research. So that stuff also might have been added to the bibliography. So this will be at the end of the thesis, you'll be arranging A to Z format. So hope you're very clear. So this reference management tool will help you to organize all your research work in a single place, and very simple. You can create any reference list and any bibliography or in-text citation. It is possible. Like, okay. So this is what the reference management tools, and very simple. And why we need to just go for a reference management tools. So one is to organize and tag citations and documents. It means any number of the documents you can include into this. And tag citations means like what is that author, title, volume, issue, all that you can just tag it. Okay, to organize and tag citations and documents in a single place. To create an instant bibliographies in a standard format. Instant bibliographies in a standard format means, suppose I want to generate last 1 month articles what I've just collected, last 6 months article what I've just collected. I want to have the title wise, author wise, whatever it is. Okay, in a standard format I can just collect it, and a list of bibliographies I can create. And to create a personal citation database of articles on your topics. So once you started collecting all the articles and keeping to the single place, that becomes your personal citation databases. It means a larger number of articles will be available in only your specific area of research. So that is also available with you, and anytime you can just retrieve. So you can just create as a personal citation database of all your topics. And then to format papers with the in-text citation and bibliographies in a standard format. As I told you, whenever you want, you can just, just insert the in-text citations in a paragraph. Maybe like in a thesis, you might have just inserted around the review of literature around 100, and apart from that 50 to 60 the in-text citations you might have quoted in your text. All that can be arranged, and then bibliographies in a standard format. This is what it say, APA style, MLA style, as per your university. You can just change over. And finally, to share your database of citation articles with others. This is much important point, and what it means is, see, many of that college researchers, I mean, those who are doing a research in the colleges, they might have not got an option to go for a number of databases for searching that articles. So sometimes they may commit saying that, sir, I'm the new one, I'm not getting any articles, and my university, my college is not subscribing any of the databases in library, so we could not access of the resources. So like that they may. But here the point is, if I'm sitting in university, whatever I just collected, whatever I collected for my research, all that articles will be available for those who are connected with the reference management tools. It means I am doing a open source software as a research on my topic. So I might have just collected for 100 articles. All that 100 articles will be available for other library information science researchers, those who are doing there in the open source software. So that it means you are not, I mean, say like 100% you are receiving the articles from other friends when you just connect. So this is what a wonderful option. If you're not connected with this kind of a software, simply you may tell that, sir, we are not getting enough articles, and we are not, I'm the first one is doing a research. All that you'll be just saying that. No, it is very clear. When you just connect with this kind of a reference management tools, you can share whatever you collected and whatever other friends they've collected, that will be come to you, and you can have a very good interaction with the people. So this is possible by this. So now these are the important why we need to just go for a reference management tools. And important functions of this reference management tools is storing and managing references. It is possible. And creating a bibliographies. It means creating bibliography means I can just generate author-wise list, year-wise list, title-wise list of my topics, what I've collected. So everything it is possible. But when you have it in the folder, nothing is possible. Nothing is possible. You cannot, even whatever the folder, very minute, when you just maintain also, it is very difficult to retrieve the document based on the title. It is very difficult. Okay. And searching and retrieving references from online databases. So this, whatever, say now what you'll do, you will just go to that any of that the online databases. You will search. Okay. After searching, you have to think. You have to think, saying that, okay, this is the PDF is available. It's very relevant to me. So single day you are collecting over 20 to 25 titles. Okay. After searching all the relevant 25 titles, it is for your research, and you are downloading one by one. While downloading, you are thinking, what is this the journal, what is this title, and what is the area of research. All that you have to just think, and then plus today's date. Why I'm just saying is, before saving a file, and you are thinking that how best I can just retrieve of this. So you're putting a lot of effort to organize this. Okay. But maybe whatever you're doing that organization, that will be available only on that day. After a month or 6 months, you cannot recollect all those things, what you've collected and what you're just given in namings. So that is the big problem. Now here, searching and retrieving references from online databases means simple. You can just go to Google Scholar, you can go to JSTOR, you can go to the Science Direct, and as soon as you search, okay, as soon as you search, immediately that gives the results. Single click, you don't have to worry about everything. It just goes inside to your library. Okay, your software it goes. So that's a fantastic option which has, okay, possible everything will just see by practical, because very less time, 1.5 hours. Anyway, I'll try to brief as much as possible. Okay. So now we could understand that what is reference management tools and what are the function and why we need to use it. So now slowly, as a scholar and then faculty member, we should also understand like what is existing tools are there available. Okay, existing tools. Say like a commercial reference management tools, there are a lot of commercial tools are available. It means by the payment, a lot of tools are available. So one is with the EndNote. It is a very famous product, and maybe like a science people, you might have just aware of this EndNote. Now this software, which is supplied by Thomson Reuters, and then Reference Manager. So this also, it is supplied by Thomson Reuters. See why the same publisher, they're having of a number of the softwares means, see, that's what they're making money. Each and every database, they're fine-tuning a software. Only by particular database, they're allowing you to collect and organize the things. Okay. So EndNote, which is very special, like for a web science they will use, and reference manager for other the databases of Thomas routers. And same like RefWorks, it is by the ProgQuest. ProgQuest is, it's for the management dominative the database. Okay. And supplier, and they are just supplying of a reference works. And paper, it is by the Springer. Paper, it is by the Springer Science and Technology. So these are the topmost commercial reference management tools, which is very famous in the industry. So we should also understand, simply if anybody says like EndNote, it is freely available, I can just go, yes, you see to that, sir, it is a commercial and a free version. They are just giving only for a simple the features. The important features, when you want to go, you have to just go for a pricing. So like that, we should know about this. So these are the commercial. Then you may ask like, sir, commercial, already we are not affordable to buy for the databases. And now you're saying that the commercial, we need to go for buying of a software also. It is not affordable. Okay. So then you have a solution. It is called open source software. Okay. So it means the software which is available free of cost on internet with the license of GNU. So anybody can just download, change whatever you want, and you can utilize for your 100% without any copyright issues. Okay. So this is called the open source software concept. Now this software, open source reference management softwares, which is available in two forms. One is with a standalone program. So here, standalone program is like you have to install in your PC. You have to install in your PC and you can access. So one is standalone. Okay. The second one is with the web edition. Web edition is like a Gmail. How you are just using it, your Gmail, wherever you go, you can just get connect, and wherever you are just going, it's just simple search by the browser, you can get it. So all it is by the browser in order to have install of anything, right? Okay. So the standalone, it is for installation, and web edition is just like a Gmail, you can just share it. So now here in a standalone program, there are a number of the softwares which is available. I listed, it is based on the features: Agent, Bybus, JobRef, Jetman 2.0, Mandalay. Okay, see here Mandalay. This is the very, very famous, the most, the dominative software which is available free of cost. It is by the Mandalay. Then RefBase and RefDB. So all that software which is available with a free of cost to install in your PC and then work. Okay. Now, second option you have as web application software. Now, see, this web application software is, I have told you, you can just take by the browser like your Gmail. Okay. So in that, it's a very famous software, sir. Mandalay, Zotero, JobRef, RefDB, Wikindex, iLibrary. See, now these many softwares which is available, there are a number, but I've just listed only few which is based on the features. In this list, it is very dominative as Mandalay and Zotero. These two is very famous in international level, and there are a lot of users and communities to doing good, and you can have 24/7 for any interaction. All it is available with that Mandalay and Zotero, right? So now next, this is the screenshots of Mandalay. See, sometimes our social science researchers, they may hesitate to touch the system, saying that, sir, system I am not very familiar and I cannot. So now, by the domination of ICT, everyone is forced to use it. So in that way, and Mandalay, this is the way it looks like how you can go for a Gmail creation. Now, Mandalay.com, you can just go create your free account. Just click on this red mark. You can just create a free account. And then once you just created, that goes for a sign-in option. Okay, sign-in option. Now, these are the options. The first, you have to initiate. So once it is signed in, as like your Gmail, you can just check whatever you collected, that will be available in your library itself. Okay, so this is the first screen. Simple. I have just made all the screenshots for a better understanding. Now, one is with the Mandalay. Second one is with the Zotero. So here it is the register first time and the login is there available, and JobRef and referee. Simple. I am not going by the elaborative manner, like, and very simple screenshots, RefDB and iLibrary and then Wikindex. Now these are the screenshots, how it looks. Okay, so simple like your Gmail it looks, and you can log in and have a password, right? So now next slightly this the screenshot, it shows like the comparative of the softwares with commercial and free. Very special. This screenshot shows like a comparative of a Mandalay. Okay, Mandalay. So this, it shows like a lot of features. So now these are the features which is available in the Mandalay. Say like all it is a green tick mark. All it is green tick mark. So whereas EndNote, this is a commercial I told you. So these all it's just red tick marks are there. Red tick marks. Okay, red tick marks are available. Now reference, this also it's a price and red is available. When compared to price and open, say like a Zotero also it is a freely available. Even when compared to that, and Mandalay it's a topping and all that the features. Like okay, I'm not going to explain with all that the detail, all in detail. Like and this is just for your information. Now see this is the second slide. Also it keep on goes with the number of features. Okay, just to have a highlight on this has more features than any other the commercial and open source software. Like that's it. Okay. Now here this screenshot it shows like and Mandalay. See now only we are just learning what is Mandalay and all, but international universities all they've just adopted for Mandalay institutional version. Okay, I've told you there are number of the universities. So this screenshot like number of universities in the foreign what they're using it. See what is the advantages. I've told you like when I collect for 100 article that is available for other researchers immediately. Okay, same like when we implement for that institutional edition. Okay, institutional edition. And Bharatas University has around 40 departments. Okay, 40 departments, number of professors, number of faculty, research scholars. When all the research scholars are got into this and then collected, started collecting of the references, and all that university, the research scholars from the 40 departments what they've collected will be available in a single place. If that is the case, next to whoever is just joining for the research scholar, they need not to struggle. Simple, they can just log into our Mandalay Institution Edition, search whatever that article they want. Okay, they need not to worry about. Now this is the fantastic option which is available already. The international universities they're using it. So now basic what I've told you, what is the reference management tools and what are the importance and what are the important functions which is available and what are the softwares which is available with the commercial and open source. And in a commercial, and we have seen like a number of softwares by the suppliers, and open source there are a lot of softwares, and in that Mandalay we told like it is very dominantly available. Now knowing all that, and you should also know about particular software, it's called the Mandalay. So hope you are clear my flow of the lecture it is. So we studied about a basic and slowly we are getting to the Mandalay software line. Okay, so now we are slightly wanted to look and how the Mandalay looks. Maybe a few participants you might have just using this, but while using also, if any struggle is there based on my presentation, you could clear it. Okay. Now Mandalay is the free award-winning desktop and web program for managing and sharing of research papers and discovering research data and collaborating online. So these all it is available by online. You can collect, you can share all that you can discover of your research, and the sharing also it's possible. And this will be available with Windows, Mac OS, Linux. It means these are the platforms. It means operating system which is available. You don't have to worry about operating system since you are using with a browser based. Okay, browser based, nothing to worry. Now Mandalay.com. Now this is the place where exactly you can just go create of your account first, and later you can start using collecting of all that relevant articles for your research. So www.mandalay.com. So this is the place. And now these features are very special, which is for Mandalay, and there are a lot. I've told you it was much green tick mark was there, but here very special like in the Mandalay. Only few we have listed out. I'll explain what exactly major features. So here quick and simple installation. So when you just go for a desktop, it is very simple to install. And Word plugin. This is a wonderful option. Word plugin. I've told you, if I'll just give this assignment, say like 100 articles what you collected, if I'll give for a 1 week or 2 weeks time, whether you could just complete off this task by creating an API style or MLA style, it is very difficult. Sometimes when you just go with a manual, you may do a mistake. When you do a mistake also, that got into the plagiarism software. Like, okay, now these are the problem. But now Word plugin, which is very simple, you select for a 5 or a 50 or 100 article, what you want to really generate for the bibliography. You select it from the Mandalay. It immediately it generates whatever the format you want. So that's the option is called Word plugin. And then citation styles for 1,000 plus journals. Here I've told you AP, MLA, and Chicago only 3. There are international level. There are more than 1,000 the different journals. They are dealing with that different formats. So all that can be done. So it means like more than 1,000 other styles which is available in this. You can generate as per your wish, and then create a bibliographies instantly. It means author title I've told you. You can just create for the title wise list, author wise list, or whatever it is. You can just create it. And flexible formatting. So here flexible formatting is nothing but you are submitting a manuscript into one international journal. That journal is later sometime they're rejecting of your articles, and you might have just prepared a very special reference formatting and as per their author's guideline of the particular journal. Okay. Now once it is got rejected, you will be just submitting your manuscript with the other title of the journal. Okay. So they totally might have been different of your bibliography formats. So it is very, very flexible to change. Otherwise, you have to again study. You have to again study for the new style of the referencing. So here not required. Very simple. You can just go for it. Now collaborate on a bibliographies. You can just collaborate and you can contribute a lot to that bibliographies and share bibliographies. It means whatever you collected, you can just share to your research. So it means you can create a Mandalay. You have a tie-up with your international friends or researchers, and you can share whatever you collecting and whatever they collect, and you can just share among yourself. So it means there won't be any problem in collecting the articles or whatever the updates are there. By anyone help, you will be just getting it. Okay, that's the reason. It's possible to share bibliographies and annotate and highlight. So this is the wonderful option. Annotate and highlight is nothing but say like now the COVID time and supervisor is somewhere and the student researcher is somewhere like. So what you can do, you can connect by online. There is the option to clearing of all your doubts in annotate and highlight. It means you can just type there. Supervisor can type. This is the say like explanation about the particular diagram or whatever it is. You can clarify the doubts through online itself. And add and organize any number of articles. You can just add into this. Any number of PDF articles and whatever it is like, you can add into this. Backup, sync, and mobile. It is nothing but, and automatically it just takes the whatever you collected into your library, that syncs into your laptop, mobile, and your desktop. Okay. So it is, you need not to repeatedly do the work. That's the meaning is backup and sync it is. Then finally, network and discover. So this is nothing but Facebook request you are doing now. Same like you can request the scholars and to join with you, and you can just create a forum, discover and networking. It is possible by this. Now these are the important features. And finally, functions and need. Why we need to go for the Mandalays. Create your bibliography databases. Possible. Capture citation from anywhere. It means different databases. You can just collect of articles and build your network of researchers. Build your network of researchers. If I'm just doing in a open source, I can get connect with the people, those exactly doing in open source in a national, international level. I can just create a group. It is possible. And collaborate, share, discover. I've told you. Research paper statistics. So here it has also whatever the articles you collected, and you can also just check, cross-check whether I've just given an equal distribution for the years. Okay. So statistics means like a review of literature you are collecting for last 5 years or 10 years. Whether you are just given an equal importance or not, that can be cross-checked by paper statistics. Total how many you collected by the year wise, all will be available. Now annotated PDF, I told you to clarify the doubts and create a bibliography. Finally, sync from Zotero and others. Even suppose you're using the Zotero or EndNote or whatever the software, later you're feeling that, sir, I'm not having a very good feature on that and this is not working well. So whether I can change over to Mandalay? Yes, it is possible. So that these are the important functions which is available with that. So now create your bibliography database. See, this is the desktop version of a Mandalay. I have this the screenshots which is available. Okay, so here say this is what add documents. You may say that, sir, I have already collected. I need not to just go to the online database and then search it. I already collected for around 60 to 70 articles, which is available as a PDF in my desktop. Whether I can add into this or not. Yes, it is possible. Now, this is the place where you can just go add your documents. So once you have added, your document will be available here. Your document will be available here. See here, these many documents which is available in my library. The red color that shows for a full text which is available. Okay, and the star is there with the favorites. Okay, you can just make it for you, it's a favorite article. And green, whatever it is like, it is unread. All like your Gmail, this has an indication that slowly you can just go through. Now here you can just create any number of folders, Say folder is my broader topic, maybe like open source software. And again, I may just go with the subfolders called digital library, library automation, insertion repository, so many. So all that I can just create for number of folders and connect the articles related to that. It is possible. It is possible, right? Now I can add any number of articles. Once you have added, that will be sitting like this. So here, see, it is very, very visible. Like, so I could see that the author, I could see the title, year, all it is. But whereas when you store into the folder, nothing will be visible unless otherwise you click and open, you cannot see the title. So here it's very much available. So once I've just selected a particular article, so that shows immediately the right side, topic, title, author, journal, whatever it is, URL, DOI, all that will be there. I can just fill it up. Okay, till I can reach with the full text. This is what the picture shows. Okay, till I can reach the full text. If you're connected with that full text, file, you can just reach with the full text. Now this is what a screenshot, and where you can just create of your own bibliographies. Now next is with the author voice display. So here I've told you sometimes your researcher, when you're just quoting of your the references, you might have not even, or your review of literature, you might have just not even just collected their review of a particular author who is dominative on your research area, who is a dominative of your research area. If you're not collected, you can just cross-check by just clicking in the authors. Immediately that has an otherwise display will be there. Okay, so if you're not quoted that important author in your research area, then evaluator simply, he will just look, oh, you're not even just quoted for this author, then your research might have been, I know like how it looks. So like that, they may underestimate. So avoid this and cross-check, and you can just check by the author-wise, and the next, it is possible by the author-wise display. It is possible title-wise display. It is possible. It means important the recent titles, whether you have included or not. You can just cross-check. But these all, it is not possible by the folders. This all it's not possible by the folders, because those who are doing the practice current without using of any software will be just going by again that folders, creating all that nuisance will be doing it. So now when you do that, 100% your research time will goes of organizing and arranging things. Okay, you cannot utilize your research time for your exact research. So that's what we need to go with the smarter tools and to sharpen our the activities, and finally you will land and you will spend what exactly the research the time, and you can utilize this. Okay, so now this is possible by the title wise list, and then even it is possible by the year wise. So all that just for a cross check which is available. It's very well, I mean, you can just point out like whether we included the particular year or not, or in that year whether that author contribution is less or whatever it is, you can just find out. Right now this is the full text look. Okay, it means till that full text you can reach. Okay, by folder, please think that whether you have this sophistication to go by browse by author, browse by title, year, or when you just click on the particular one, complete information, bibliography information, whether you could see all that. So these are the option which is not available in a by folder wise. Okay, so now this screenshots, it just shows like it is in a browser. In a browser, you can add on for one button. It's called the add-on button will be there that you can put. That's called the Mandalay import. Okay, import to Mandalay. This button will be there. Importer we used to call. So this button you can just fix in the browser. If that is the case, you go search in a Google Scholar wherever it is. Just click this button, and full text will be goes to your library. So you need not remember what is the title, what is the journal title, what is that volume issue. Nothing is required. What is the date today to save file and all. Not required. Simple click, that goes 100% at the full text. all the details will be available. Yes. So now this is the build your network of a researcher. It means I am Jayaprakash. I am doing a research on that open source. So I can just invite the people, connect with those who are doing a same area. So like that, your international profile, your profile will be visible at the international level. So you can get connect with the people. Now what we are doing is we are getting an exposure or advice by our research supervisor. But now you have a different tools. You can reach, many other researchers, and you can get a research advice from international level also. Okay, so it is very good. You can get a direction for further research. So all it is possible to build by this. Then finally, you can just collaborate and share, discover. As I told you, you can invite the people and get connect with you. Okay. Now this goes with the statistics. I've told you like last 10 years, you are collecting that articles, and really you're given equal importance or not. So that can be tested by research papers and statistics. And this goes with an annotate of a PDF. So this is the annotate of PDF is, I have a doubt on the first paragraph. I can just connect to my the other researchers or a supervisor. I can just get clarified by just typing this. So these are the notes section will be there. You can type. So it is very, very simple. Everything you can just keep online. So you don't have to worry about, otherwise, whatever you collected, the articles, when you put it in the pen drive won't work, and the CD won't work. So like that, so many issues. Okay. So, but here it works well with online. You can just connect with the supervisor and have a doubt clearly. Okay. So now this is the final, the creator bibliography. I've told you there is a word plugin. Okay. So here, Mandalay, you collected 100 articles, out of which 100 articles, you wanted to select for 80 of all that 80 articles, which is must for your bibliography. So what you can do, you select of your 80 articles, just click on it and send to your word plugin immediately. That 80 articles, whatever the style you selected, AP or MLA, that list exactly. So within seconds, I have asked you before how long you will take it, and you may take it for the week time or a month time to organize of the bibliography area. Okay, that too without the mistake, and you have to learn the different styles. And but here, fixing by the system, by the word plugin option, within 5 minutes you can just create any kind of a bibliography for any number of articles. This is a wonderful option which is available. I'll try for the practical if possible, because I've just changed my system since the last moment, the technical issue. Anyway, it's a new system. I will try it. Now create a bibliography, which is possible by this. And so here, this shows like a sync from the Zotero, etc. It means you were using for the Zotero, and you were using for the EndNote, and later sometime you are just feeding up this feature which is not good. So what you can do, if you want to just come to that Mandalay, it is possible. So you not to worry, you not to retype or re-import all the things. Simple one click, 100 article, 200, whatever you have with that, it comes to this. Why? Because these softwares, all they are maintaining with the international standard, the formats. That's called Research Information System, RIS formats we used to call. So that's the system. They're just following all that articles details exactly. It comes to your Mandalay. So you not to worry about, right? Okay. So now with that, I'll just stop my the presentation PPT. I'll try to browse and show you by the practical. So still yesterday I took 8 minutes more. Okay. So today we exactly will just stop, and another 10 to 15 minutes, and 10 minutes we'll just take for 10 or 5 minutes. We'll just take it for the discussion, and we'll close the session by 5:30 because other resource person will be waiting. Okay, I understand. So now I'll just go for a just checking by the browser. So what exactly Mandalay, we'll see that. Okay. Now, hope my screen is visible. I'm just browsing it. Please confirm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So here I have just gone to Mandalay.com. Okay, I've just gone to Mandalay.com. Now, what I'll do in a Mandalay.com. So there is an option to create a free account. There is an option to go for a create a free account. So first time, those who are just trying it, better you can just go for this red color mark, create a free account. Just click on it. That will be asking for what is your first name, last name, all the details will be there as your Gmail account. You can just give and then create it. Okay. So those are already using it, and please just go to the sign in option. So this is the sign in option. Just click on it. Now this sign in option, which is asking my mail ID, what I've just created the login and password. I'll just try mine since I have the account with this. I'm just trying with it. Now gmail.com and continue. Okay, so what I'm just doing is I'm just giving a login and password. So before that, please have observation here. This says like elsewhere. This says like elsewhere. So why? Because Mandalay has a very good feature. So recently, and the Mandalay software, Mandalay the publisher, which they are just adopted of this Mandalay software, like okay, such a larger science and technology publisher, which they are just adopted for the Mandalay. So such a beautiful software which is freely available. You can try and use it. Now what I'll do, I can just say sign in. Okay. Now after just signing in, it is asking like whether you want to save. Okay, fine. It's not required. Okay. Now this is my Mandalay page. Okay. Welcome to Mandalay. So this is what my Mandalay, the web page. Okay, web-based edition like. So this is the Mandalay, and this is my library, and all that is there. I'll just go one by one. Okay. So this is my first page of a Mandalay, which is there. So here, advices, you can just come down at the right side. You have an option for a web importer and plug in, all it is there. Okay. So desktop version also, you can just browse and then the install. Now web importer is nothing but just click on this web importer. What it will allow is, it will allow you this the button into your browser. Now get web importer for a Chrome. I'm using a Chrome. Okay, that goes for all that browsers. I'm using a Chrome. I'm just adding into this. Now add to Chrome. So then add extension. Now what I'll do, like, and I've just added this button into my browser. See, now whether you could see this button before, it was not there. Now once I've just added, this will be available in my browser. Okay, this will be available in my browser. To get your extension and all your computers turn and syncing, I'll just say for turn off, whether you are the person. Yes, I'm just connecting with my Gmail account with the importer, web importer, right? So now one step we could complete, saying that web importer or something, it is getting blocked. Okay. Okay. So now web importer, it is over. We'll see that some blocking message was there. Okay. So now I've told you, you can just come to the right side. The download was there. There, web importer is there. You've done it. Okay. Successfully, you completed. It is just sitting in your the browser. That's what I've tried, and I could get it right. So now this is the option where you can just search for your articles. Whether you could see this, and welcome to Mandalay, search for an article in your library. Okay, fine. So now simple. I'm just giving a Omicron. I'm just giving a search. Now, what it just searches from the collected articles. Okay, whatever I have just collected, 100 article, whatever you collected, everything will be available here. Okay, I'm just collecting from the Mandalay library. Okay, just click on us. Yes. Now, see here, I have just given a Omicron. The keyword I've just given. I'm just collecting from whoever is collected by that Mandalay. Okay. So now this shows like a 725 articles which is available in Omicron. Okay, 725 articles which is available in the Omicron. Okay, so now I would like to know, see, you can even refine your search like this. Left side, year-wise there, you can just go by, I want to have only for 2021 issues. Okay, you can select for 68. That comes again. You can just select for only, I want to know journal articles. It is not a book or a thesis or whatever it is. Okay, like that you can go. And again, you have an option for a specific author also. You can just go through, or a title you can go through. Fine. Now, this is what a restriction of, or you can say like a refine of your searches. So once it is over, again you have an option. See the titles, it says like already 12 reads for this particular article, 12 reads. Again, you can rate that article based on that citation and the reading, based on the citation and reading. So now here I could see that the 57 reads. Okay, so now I may feel this is the very good article by the users, already they have rated well. Now what I'll do, I can just go, see here, I'm adding to library, add to library, heavily mutated Omicron. I'm just simply add to my library. Okay, so now it has gone to my library. So same like I want to just go for another article, and that says like 11 reads are there. This also I'll go. Reduced neutralization. So now what I've done is 2 articles I've just clicked. Okay, so within 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you could see for number of articles, and based on the rating, you can add into your library. Now this is the way you can search for a most recent, most cited, all it is there. Okay, you can go for it. Very simple. I'm not going very elaborative because the time is lacking. So now search is over. I've told you this is the one way you can add your articles into library. Now I'll just show you my library, whether it added Omicron, any article what we added recently, it is there or not. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now this is what it is, just loading, and it says like a syncing into my library. Yes. See here, 511. So 2 articles, what I've just added, it is available for me to check. Heavily mutated Omicron and then reduced to neutralization of a SARS. These 2 does come. See, now once I have just added, it is very much visible by the author, by the year, by the title, where the source is there. This article, it comes from the Nature, all that details. So, okay, so it's very, very clear that I need not to worry about, oh, what file name I have given, which article title it is, which journal title it is, which year, who's the author, nothing is, I need to worry about. Okay, so this is the one way adding a title to your library. So second is, this is the place, add new, which is available. Hope it is visible to everyone. You're just following me. Hope you are following me. Yeah, you could see my cursor. It is there with the add new. So it means any number of articles you can add it to this. For example, from file and the computers, it means whatever you collected already, which is sitting in your computer, around 60 to 70 articles, all you can just upload a PDF, whatever it is like. You can add an entry by manual. You can import from any other library. I told you, import from RIS format, import from BibTeX, all it is. EndNote, XML also it is available. These all bulk records from one software to other software, or one database to, you can just bring it to the Mandalay. So it is possible. So by the collected computers, by adding a manual, adding a bulk files, it is possible. Now, this is the second way you can add your articles into this, right? So hope it is clear to everyone. So this is by the author, year-wise, title-wise, source-wise, added when, what are the files which is available. This is my full text file which is available. Just click on it, I could open it. Okay, so all that stuff I can. So here, what you can do, even you can just create a number of folders. So even you can create for your publications. So when you create of your publication, when you put all your article into this, your original published article into this will have a better international visibility by other fellows, and you will get a citation also, right? So for that, you can just create any number of folders. So here folders means major area of your research, minor area of research, whatever the recent area you collected, all that can be done. Okay, whatever the flexible you want to make, you can just make it like. Now these are the ways you can add your the files And now what I'll do, I'll just straight away go to that Science Direct or something. We'll see some blocking mark is there. Any problem it gives or not is okay. We'll try that. Okay. So now I've just gone to the Science Direct I've given. Say I am into Science Direct now. Now the third way how we can just go adding a title is I'm just browsing it. Okay, I'm just browsing Science Direct. So same, I'll just give it that Omicron. I'm just giving simple a word keyword. I'm just giving. I'll just click on it. Now by the Omicron, I'm searching in a Science Direct. I'm searching in a Science Direct. See here, it is getting around 18,721 results by the Omicron. It is there. Okay. Again, I'm just refining my search. I want only for a 2022 797. So this much which is available, and out of which I want to have only for the research articles. Again, I'm just refining only 539, and still, sorry, still you have. See, sometimes you may see that you may say that sir, Science Direct we are not subscribing in my library. So how do we just go about it? So sometimes our people, they are not even just checking in a Science Direct. Why? Because they are feeling like, sir, it is a subscription, it is a science-based, it is very costly. So we are not. See, each and every publisher, they have their own content with the open access system. It is freely available, full text you can download. For your kind information, even a Science Direct, they have a open access articles. 1 second, please. So they have a open access the concept. So out of which this Omicron, around 700 titles, 97 titles which is freely available. 97 titles which is freely available. What I can do, I can just click on this 97. Okay. So now I have an option 100%. I can just download the open access full text journals to my Mandalay. Okay. So is it clear to you? Science Direct, I'm just going. Till now, you might have a feeling of Science Direct is very costly. We cannot go for it. But now you have an option like you can go to the Science Direct and give your results and fine tune it what exactly you want and select for the open access. So even you can just sitting in your home, you can browse this 100% full text you can download. Okay, 100%. Now see, very simple, in Omicron itself, like 97 full text articles, which I've got it by open access from Science Direct. Okay. So now this is the way you can just go and do your the searches and fine tune and get it. So now we have an option. Okay. So now we have option and how we can just go and add it to our library. Okay. Add into our library. Now these are the article which just shows my interest is I can just go for the first second article itself. Structural and functional characteristic. Okay. Characterization I want to add. So what I do, I can just click on this particular title. Click the particular title. Yes. I think it is getting opening. Structural and functional. Now this is over. Okay. I think somewhere it is just getting blocked. Anyway, we'll try. Now this is the structural and functional characteristics of infectivity and immunoevasion is there. Okay. So now I'll say like add it to my Mandalay. Okay, I'll add to my Mandalay. Okay. Right. So now what? Yes, very good. See, I've just clicked on this, add to Mandalay, I've done it. Now immediately, what is just taking me, like say, structural and functional characteristics, this article, it is going to add in my library. Whether you want to add, I'll just save it, simple, click. See, I was not, okay, fine. A PDF, something it's filed, it's okay, no problem. So it works with the PDF also, don't worry. See here, PDF, int mark, references, yes. Okay. Now what it does mean is reference, all that information it has gone, author, title, volume, issue, everything it has just gone, right? Now second one also, simply, I may just type with this, this PDF, yeah, this one, again I just say. So now what I've done is, two articles I've just clicked, and third one is, I'll say, So like this, within few minutes, you can select all that articles. Now 3 articles which I just selected, all 3 references will be available in my library. Okay, available in my library. So what I can do, I can just go to my library. This is what, and we'll say that yes, it has come. See, like a 511 2 articles we have selected, 519 3 articles we have just selected, right? 519 3 articles we have selected. Now I have done everything it is here. A single click, it has come. Don't feel and PDF some issues there, and it comes with the full text also. Since it is openly available, it has to have with 100% with the PDF, nothing to worry about. So this is the way you can just go and collect articles like this, right? So hope it is clear to everyone. I've just gone to the Mandalay. Practically we worked and we started adding a searching and added that article. And the second one, you can just go to that, add any number of articles from your PC, manual entry and bulk. And third, I've just gone to the Science Direct and added. So same Science Direct and yeah, Science Direct. But I can say I can just go to that other way to add into the system. Now I'll just go to that 6th title. Simple click on it. Now before I have just gone to that add to Mandalay. Now you have an option for a Mandalay button. So this button is there. Just simple click. I can just click on this. Single click by the browser add-on button. What we added? Yes. Now I'll say this is already tick mark. Genomic. I'll say add. Okay. Now these references also it is added. So like this, very simple. I have not even just felt what are the title, what are the author. Nothing is. I am not remember. Very simple. Simple click. I've just done it. It has come. Right. Now these are the articles which I've just collected from this. Right. So final. I'll try to touch with that word plugin. Otherwise, I can explain like where you can just go for it. Okay. Yes, I'll keep watching the time also. We'll see that. Now, finally, the word plugin, it works with that the word 16 and plus 360, the latest versions. What we have with our system is the 2010, I believe. I'll try to work on that. If not, I'll show you where exactly you can just click how it just goes to the word import. Okay, so with that we'll complete our presentation. Exactly, we'll just complete just within 3 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So now what I'm doing is I have just gone with that. Yeah, I have just gone to that. Okay. Now I'm just doing a Mandalay desktop version. I'm just opening it. Why? Because to show that the word plugin, to show the word plugin. Okay. Why I'm just going to this is like just to show word plugin. Okay. I'll just say enter as gmail.com and so now I'm just opening. Yeah, I have opened for my desktop version and yeah. Now this is with my desktop version how it looks. So this is what see like 521 what we added. As soon as I opened my desktop and immediately it has come. As soon as I open my desktop, it has come. I have not done anything. We collected by online. So what we collected by online, immediately I could sync from the desktop version. So hope you understand all that, right? So now I'm just going to show you with word plugin is the last option. So here, before you go to that view, see to that citation styles, API, MLA, how you can just fix it. These are the area which is available. View, go to the citation styles. Already I've selected for API 6th edition. I've selected, and then you can go to the tools, and here you can just see word plugin is installed. Okay. Now it says like uninstall. First time you have to do for a install. See here like that you have to install. Now what I'll do, I can just go to that word. I'll show you where exactly your references you can collect. Okay. So I can just go to word. Yeah. So hope you're following me one by one. Desktop version I've gone. Now I'm just opening a word. Okay, Office 11, which is available, and I'll just open it. So once it's open, I'll just show you where you can just go for references. Okay. Okay. Now, this is my Word. Okay, this is my Word, and I can just go to the references. See here, the references. I have gone in a reference. This is what Mandalay button it is sitting. So hope it is clear to everyone. Mandalay button is there, right? So properly install your Word plugin that shows with the button. Okay. So now my task is I want to collect the 5 articles. Today, what we collected from online, I wanted to create a referencing or bibliography, right? Now, first I'll say insert a citation, and where you want to go, that ask with go to that Mandalay. So now I can select for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 articles and what I've just collected today. Okay, now 4 articles what I've collected today. I'm just selecting this. Now you could see this button send to Word plugin. Just click on it. Now immediately this will be available for your in-text citation models. Now I want to insert with the bibliography. Yes, see here. Now just one click, immediately it has come to that bibliography style with the APA 6th edition. So like that, I can select for a 5 or 100. Immediately I could get for all that with the selected international styles. APA style I've selected, it has just come here. So this is the option. It's called the Word plugin. So hope you understand. So with that, I'll just stop my presentation since 5:30. The 5 minutes are there, and we'll just try to take up some of that important query or the doubts, and we'll finalize this. So I'm just stop sharing of my PPT and then screen. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Now I'll just ready to answer of your queries. Hope you have just followed me well, because we have just gone through the PPT presentation. Later I could work all that the reference management tools very effectively, and what are the important aspects I want to teach. I've just given that. So any queries or anything is there? Very specific.
Yes, Subhashni Raman, you can ask your question.
Yeah. They're rushing for the other session, and so maybe like resource person might have been reached. You can put a query, please.
Sir, if I've downloaded a paper which is not freely available through some legal ways,
Yes, sir.
Can we put it in the medley and take it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For example, like you have an option to go for a commercial paper also can be included, okay, and open access paper also. Say I'm sitting in the Bharadas University, okay, I could access of a Science Direct with the full text, So what I collected with the full text, I can share it to you. Suppose you are sitting in your college, you're trying to access with the Science Direct. If it is not allowed, it means it is a commercial. What it comes only for the bibliography details. It is not a full text. So hope you got me.
No, however, if I have downloaded through other means,
okay,
be able to kind of
yes, sir. You can add it to that. That's what I told you. There was a button. Just click on that. Add your files from computer was there. From computer. So when you just select that, whatever you collected in the folder, you can add into the manual. It is possible. It is possible.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. Actually, extension of the previous question. Files which we can transfer from computer. Okay. Should it be done individually or we can do all together?
All together. You can make a folder of your area for research. Say like that folder contains about 50, 60 articles. Just folder itself you can add. It is not required one by one. Just simple click. You add the folder. Automatically it just brings the title of the folder here in the Mandalay itself.
I tried doing it. The folder isn't getting selected.
No, what you have to do is like, and you just go to that particular PC. Okay, go to that particular PC and just select the folder and come to this computer and then add into that. That adds with the folder itself. Or otherwise, what you can do, you can just create a folder in this and select that. You try this.
Okay. Actually, one more question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please.
When we are adding our under my publications.
Okay.
So can we add all the publications even if it is not international?
Yeah, whatever it is. Suppose, see, like these are the platforms where exactly you can get in your citations. So whatever you're done of research, and other research fellow, they are not even aware of it. When you just sharing of this, your publication, okay, everyone will come to know that based on this visibility, they will give you the citation. So it's possible, you can add anything. It's nothing wrong.
So is there a must that we should have, presented or published elsewhere to claim it here?
No. Wherever it is. Just you want to show all that your research article to the research scholars. Simple.
Okay, there is a small dialog box, claim Scopus profile.
Okay.
What does that mean on the publications?
No, it means like whether you want to scull out from the Scopus or not. See, Scopus ID is different. So whatever you just create with the Scopus ID, all that the papers will be immediately arranged to whatever you publish in the Scopus indexed journals. So that's different.
Okay, so it will get automatically transferred to Mandalay?
You can add. See, simply when you just when you just add it, if it is available in the full text, automatically it just connects with the URL. Very simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Please try. Thank you so much. Any software for bibliography as such, API style, and see, actually there are a number of softwares which is available. When you're not, manually you have to collect all the articles and put into this and then transfer. If you don't want to enter anything, there are a number of softwares that straight away you copy paste your author title details, it brings whatever the style you want. That is SiteFast, BibMe, RefMe, these all software online it takes care.
Hello.
So, yes, sir, please.
Joined, madam.
Yes, sir.
Harindranath.
Fine, sir. Okay. So, if there is no further query or any clarification, we'll just go for winding of the session with a word of thanks. Yeah. Yes, ma'am, please. Now it's over to the organizers.
Sir, shall we wind up the session, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Good evening to all of you. 1.5 hours. The session was informative, excellent, nice. Thank you. Very useful. These were the comments received from the participants. So on the whole, it was an excellent session, an informative session for the participants. On behalf of IQAC-ANNAMALAI University, a big thanks to you, sir. I hope to keep in touch with you in a further.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much
for accepting our invitation.
Right, ma'am. Thanks for your opportunity, and thanks to all the participants and who are patiently listened. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Bye.
Hari sir, good evening, sir. Hari sir, good evening, sir.
Harindranath, sir. Sir,
yes, sir. Sir has come. Good evening, sir. Shall we start the session, sir?
Shreya.
Take my
Video
switch on.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir. Shall we start, sir?
Yes, I'm here.
Ma'am, you start, ma'am.
Good evening to all of you. Today the second session starts and it will be handled by Professor Harindranath. He is an associate professor from MEC Institute of Management. He is a management expert in marketing management, sales and distribution, marketing analysis, market research. He has to his credit 8 journals in Scopus index journals. He has conducted 30 FTPs. He has worked as a faculty member in Great Lakes Institute of Management. Actually, he's a PhD holder in management from Anna University, prestigious Anna University. His research interests are Salesforce performance and content development. Today, Sir will be dealing with structured equation modeling. On behalf of IQAC-ANNAMALAI University, a warm welcome to you, sir. Now the platform is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much. Very happy to all of you, and thank you, Professor, for the introduction. Yeah, I work for MIAS Institute of Management now. I was working for Great Lakes and I moved to MIAS, where I head the research function there. Right now, students, scholars. Now we will move to where I left yesterday. I think some of them are very keen on knowing what is the structural equation modeling. I rather believe, and I used to tell to all of them, whomsoever comes to me, that the basics are very important. If the basics are correct, then you don't have any issue on building on that. So let me begin with where I left. I think, yeah. So my name is Harindranath. I work for MIAS Institute of Management, and then I take care of the research activities at MIAS Institute of Management, how to enhance the publication, how to link with accreditation, how to link the publication with NIRF ranking, and so on. Right? I think I left. I think I left on this slide. Okay. I think that's the last point. Right. Remember, you don't have to read every other technique, every other software. I think it's, according to me, is a waste of time. Because what is important for your career is not what statistical technique you are aware and you know. What is important is the papers, is the research publications are very important. So you don't have to sit and learn a lot of things. You can even include co-author who can help you in data analysis. I get a lot of offers. In fact, the recent paper I have in energy policy, which has been published with IIM Rohtak and Bennett University and IMT Hyderabad faculties. So this is because this has been given to me because I only wrote the response to reviewer and the data analysis. That's the only part I did. So a lot of people are available to do the data analysis. So you don't have to plunge into that and waste time, because for a career to prosper, what you require is about publications. Right. I also alert or cautioned you yesterday that do not produce your own scales, or do not produce your own questionnaire. You use only scales which are adapted. You adapt the scales available when you want to run the structural equation modeling or multiple regression, right? So you adapt it. You don't have to manufacture anything, because it's time consuming and it is rather very tricky and require a lot of validation, right? So what the person sitting and talking to you have developed a scale, not one scale. I have developed two scales, one in the form of formative, the other in the form of reflective. So let me go to the slide. The paper I produced in 2017, yeah, I submitted in 2016. Look at the paper, a promotional support, a formative scale development. This is published in Emerald and this International Journal of Pharmaceutical and Healthcare Marketing. So this is a paper. Where I developed a scale. Okay. So what is that I want to tell you in the scale development is that it's very time consuming. You have to be very patient. You have to know the scale development process or the procedure. Then it is easy for you to develop a scale. It's a time consuming process to develop a scale. Then what happened because of that? I got able to do some solid research. In the sense, scale development is a very tough area. So this is one of my portion of my PhD work. It's one chapter. I think my thesis is available in Subkanga. This is one chapter out of a very important chapter in the thesis. So I have given 4 models and four model validation. It is available in Subkanga. So one of the chapter is this: a promotional support, a formative scale development. Right. Let me open that And I have a point to tell you related to when you adopt scales. Okay, I have a point to tell you when you adopt scale, when you take scales from other journals. That's what I say, adopt. You can adopt or adapt. Okay, both is possible. Right, now let me look to the scale. Let me go to the paper. So I think I'll screen share that to the paper. I used PLSM. Okay, I used PLSM. I'll share that paper to you, and then you can see that. If you want, anybody want, I can get this. This is the paper. So this is a paper published in 2017. Remember the word. I'll just try to highlight. It's a formative scale development. Remember this word, a formative scale development. Particularly those researchers have just joined or want to do research very actively from now onwards after the PhD, or the supervisor, for example, they will be in a place to guide the scholars on scales, a different form of scales. Remember, there are two forms of scale available. I think I'll go back to the concepts, and then I'll come back to the. Okay, so today, right. So when scales, there are certain important things you need to understand. Okay, so I'll start today with scales. Okay, so all these are required for to conduct your SEM very successfully. Okay, I think these are very basics. These are required. These are required. So they are very basic, right? Now, if you look at the scales, okay, if you look at the scale, there are two forms of scales. Remember, this is very important. When you try to adopt scale, understand from the literature whether the scale is reflective or formative. People will think, what is reflective and what is the scale? I haven't heard of it. Maybe some people would have heard of it. The formative scale is a typical example if you look at the literature. Social economic status is a scale, I think, as old as 1970, I suppose, has been used as an example, as a formative scale. Okay? At a formative scale. So you have two forms. One is reflective, the other is formative. Right? Now you will ask me, what is this? What a difference? All these things I will tell you, because that is important for SEM, structural equation modeling. Okay. Now, so look at it. Look at the way it is. I think I just want to go something to my understanding. 95% of scales available. What has been developed and available in the literature are reflective. Remember that. So you don't have to worry much, because most often it will be 95% or 90% and above of the scales you take will be 90% chance. Whenever you pick a scale and that scale will be reflective. Okay. So majority of scales are available as a reflective. Remember, having said that, there are some scales has got multi-dimensional scales are available. Okay, multi-dimensional scales are available. Multi-dimensional scales, right? So what is that? It will have some few dimensions. That's why multi-dimensions. Okay, few dimensions it will have. It will have a few dimensions, right? That's why it's called a multi-dimensional scale, right? It can have a nature. It can have, this itself will have a combination of formative and reflective. So remember that also when you look for scales. This dimension and the superorder construct, the relationship between can be formative or reflective. So remember that, right? So there is a big area to understand formative, reflective scale. Do not think they are quite simple, right? Now, if your scale has assume that your scale has one formative construct. So your scale has one formative construct. It's also called not construct or index. It's also called as index. Okay. If the model has got one particular variable, in the model, assume that you have 5 variables or 5 latent variables or 5 constructs in a SEM model. And then if one of them out of 5, one of them is a formative, then the model is formative. Okay. Then the model is formative. Okay. Then the model is formative. Okay. Understand? I'll repeat it. Huh? This is a subtle point, but very important in a particular context.
Sir, are you sharing your screen, sir?
I think so. I don't know.
No,
I'll
sir.
check. No, yeah, I am sharing it the Word document. No?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Now it is. Now you can see.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry. Very sorry. Very sorry. Okay. So a model. If you draw a SEM diagram, remember a SEM can have a reflective model or a formative construct. Okay. And if in a model of say 5 or 10 or 5 or 6 is a number of construct you have, even if it is one variable is formative, then the entire model is called formative, right? Now remember, students, if I take Amos, software. Now I take Amos software and I thought of analyzing. I want to analyze, say for example, analyze the SEM model, okay, which I build, a theoretical model I build and convert them into SEM model. Analyzing the SEM model is not possible. Remember, what is not possible? I have not told the point. I'll tell you what is not possible. Suppose you have your model as a formative construct and one formative construct out of 5. And then if you want to solve, if you want to estimate using structural equation modeling using Amos, okay, then I would like to say that it is not possible. See the intricacies you have. I'll repeat it. See, suppose you want to solve using SEM model, and then you want to use a covariance-based SEM like Amos software, or many of the brands are available now. Glycerol is one top brand, Amos, M+, and so on. Even R has got 11 and so on. If you want to solve using covariance SEM, covariance-based method, and you remember the context is that you have a formative construct in the model, then it is not possible. Then you can ask me why it is not possible to analyze a formative construct in a SEM. Yeah, it is not possible because of reason what is called as it will have because of identification issues. Okay, identification issues. There's an identification issues associated. When I open the software, I'll tell you. So identification issues are available. You will not be able to solve the problem when your model contains a formative construct. Then what is the solution? The solution is how to do that. This is a problem you have. Remember, all these things are don't know. Many of the DC members, many of the supervisor, I know many of them, they don't know this, right? They say, why Amos, they'll tell you. Okay, at least I'm cautioning to all of you sitting here that this is the issue. Now, what is the solution if you have formative construct? I don't know all of them will take it or not, but I will tell you this is there is a solution available, and the solution is you can use what is called as a partial least square SEM, structural equation model. So if I have a formative model and then I propose to estimate, then I can only estimate the formative model using a partial least square SEM, right? Okay, now linking that, you can ask me then, sir, then you are talking about the different possible set. Yeah, there are 3 possible sets. To my knowledge, I know one is based on covariance. Okay, covariance based SEM. The next, the covariance based SEM. Then the partial least square is other example. Least square is other example. I also done and Bayesian approach is also available. Bayesian approach. So there are 3 types of SEM you must understand. One is the covariance based SEM, and the next is partial least square SEM, and the last one you can approach. Bayesian approach is being used widely now. Irrespective, I think Bayesian statistics are gaining popular now. Whether I don't know whether how many of you know this. Many of the top analysis now contains Bayesian estimate. Remember, I think I want to have a point here on Bayesian estimation, Bayesian technique is that the philosophy, the understanding of Bayesian statistics is slightly different. Bayesian is not statistics. It is more than a statistics, what is called as a Bayesian belief. It is widely used in educational domain, to my knowledge, widely used in medicine, for example. We don't use much. Many of the areas, yes. Okay. Sorry, I have not shared the screen. I forgot. I've been motivated in teaching, so I forgot the share screening. Okay. Yeah. I don't understand what is MPI calculated under Bayesian model. I don't know what is this MPI. Please, this is an abbreviation. Just expand it if possible. Right, Subhashini? Right. No, remember, I think all these scholars sitting here. Okay, multi-dimensional poverty. Okay, fine. Okay. All these scholars sitting in front of me, please understand, days are not very far off that your reviewer will ask you to go for a Bayesian statistics. No, and to this I want to tell you a development why it is popular. I'm going to an analogy which is real, not a dream, not a fancy one or not unreal. If you look at the software now, SPSS 28, I think 28 version. The current version is 28, and you have 27, 26. From 26 onwards, SPSS introduced one particular place for Bayesian statistics. Okay, now I think in order to make you friendly, if somebody knows these statistics, somebody knows correlation, for example, now you can think of a Bayesian t-statistics, a Bayesian correlation, a Bayesian regression, and so on. So you have something in parallel with the traditional statistics. I can call them as a conventional statistics. I can call this as a frequentist approach. What is the other? Frequentist approach, a very traditional approach. What is coming now is a Bayesian approach. Remember, all the scholars sitting here, that is something at your back. Please try to dig it and say, what is the Bayesian approach used in your domain? I definitely know education domain is one which is quite big in terms of using the statistical tool. All top class statistical tool used in the education domain, medicine, and other places. Right. So there are three approaches, sir. No, three approaches. Then you can ask me, sir, which is popular. There's the obvious question, which is popular. I think this is a popular one. This is a popular. I'll put it in place. It's very popular. Okay. Why it is popular? Yeah, it is popular because 30 years from now, 30 to 40 years, when Johannesburg discovered structural equation modeling, right? 30 years now. So what is covariance? One variable vary, the other variable also covary. That's a concept. If experience varies, my job satisfaction also varies along with the experience. And that is what one vary, the other also vary. So it's a kind of covary, right? No, there's a partial square is a variance-based approach. Okay, is a variance-based approach. What is variance-based approach? Okay, okay, and Bayesian, I don't know to tell you. It's more of a belief. Okay, it's more of a belief. So anybody want anything extending this? Please put that in the chat box. Otherwise, I think I'll move on to the next one. So, if you ask me the estimation-wise, these are the very popular method of estimation. It's not a method of estimation. It's the way principally it operates. It's a way principally it operates. So you have a partial square. If you have a formative construct, you have a if all the constructs are reflective, then it is a covariance-based sim, because covariance-based sim cannot do anything with the formative construct. It will not give you results at all. It will not even run. The algorithm will not run. Okay, because of identification issues. No, the other one, Bayesian work for anything. Bayesian is work for anything. It works for any kind of data. It works for not necessarily data must be metric. It could be non-metric data as well. So that is one. So the three broad methods. Do not think when I say methods, I'm afraid, because Do not think that method means estimation method. It's not the estimation method. It's the entire algorithm builds on this. The analysis builds on this. So it is not a method, but we will call them as covariance based SEM, partial least square based SEM, and Bayesian approach towards SEM. This is how we term. Okay. Now, so these are three broadly. Okay. So when you have remember one point, if you have a formative construct, so you can write in the paper that since one of the variables formative, I rather according to some author like Jeffen saying that if I have a formative construct, I only have one choice, is a partially square set. Right? Now, if I have a covariance, then a lot of software available. If I have a covariance, what is the software? Yeah, very popular software like a lot of software. Like what is like the one I think according to the chronological order is it starts from listing relationship. Okay, Listrel is the first one. Now, still Listrel is available. IBM has Amos. Okay, Arbuckle developed Amos long back and he sold to IBM now. And then you have Muthan in the US. The statistics faculties from US. I think Arizona State University. They have the M+ with them and so on. And I don't know. I think I should mention the Lawan package in our. Okay, so all these are covariant based. Okay, all these are covariance based SEM. Then come to next one is a partial least square SEM. See what is the brands available? Yeah, partial least square. It's also called as shortly partial least square hyphen structural equation modeling. PLS, right? Okay, it's a variance based. So what is the brands available? A lot of brands are available. I think it's a lot of software brands available. Like software brands like brands, okay, like for example, like some of them would have heard a Smart PLS. Ringle has got a Smart PLS. Okay. Ringle has got a Smart PLS, and then I think I forgot the other person. Warp PLS is available. Okay, Warp PLS, and I think PLS Graph. Chin has got his PLS Graph. And there are a lot of software available. All these are paid. All these are paid. But you can get a user license. You can get a user license for a month for somewhere around 20 euros, which will be somewhere around 1,800 rupees. You can get a 1 month license. Complete your PhD and then go. Right? Remember that what you should do is all these things. You have 1 month license. You can complete the hypothesis testing and model. I remember one more thing is the first time they'll give you free, and from there onwards you need to pay some money. It's a very nominal. If you show your ID card, a scholar ID card, then you can pay 50% discount on all these things, right? And then, so what is important? Yeah, important is formative construct can be analyzed. Formative construct can be analyzed, can be estimated. Okay, can be estimated. Right. So now Bayesian, I think I have mentioned here, is very strong. Any form of data it will do, and all form of calculation you can think of. So Bayesian is not an issue with that, right? For Bayesian, I think Stan is one software. Okay, and R, there's a lot of packages. R packages are available. I forgot the name. I think I forgot the name. So a lot of R packages are available to estimate. So you have a choice. You have a big choice, and you cannot think of randomly choosing the choice. You can only choose the choice based on what is that you have at hand. Okay. For one thing I said is if you have a formative construct in your model, you can use PLS, and there are support. Right? If you don't have, you need to say why you develop such methods. What is the rational? What's the rationale of choosing such methods? So you have to give those right in the writing in the method section. Right? Now, okay. Now look at the look. I'll go again. And certain things which are very basics in SEM, covariance based SEM. What is called as how I estimate. Okay, how I estimate my SEM model. Estimate the SEM model. Okay, there are methods of. I'll show you that when I open the software. Now I'll name it. You write down that the very popular across the world. It is, I remember this got a Nobel Prize. It is used widely by economists, research people doing in research in economy, and that is called as maximum maximum likelihood estimation. Okay, so maximum likelihood estimation. So one common way is one default method, for example, in Amos, a top method of estimation is the maximum likelihood estimation. And I call this shortly as MLE. Shortly call them as MLE, maximum likelihood estimation. Okay. Okay. Now, if I want to do a maximum likelihood estimation, then I should have one assumption to be satisfied for what is called as a multivariate normality. Okay, so if that is not there, then it will be very difficult to have. So I must my data should possess what is called as a multivariate normality. Okay, I test that, or Amos test that using what is called as a test called as a multivariate kurtosis. Okay, so multivariate kurtosis. What is called shortly as Mardia's coefficient, right? What I call is Mardia's coefficient. So it's the name of a person, so I need to put them in. Okay. Oh, why I said that is here because this particular estimation method has an assumption to be satisfied before conducting the estimation. The assumption is the data you collected and the data set you have 300, 400 respondents. That particular data set should have a multivariate Mardia's coefficient or multivariate kurtosis coefficient. T statistics must be ideally it must be less than 2 or at least they say it's at least it is no at least below 5, so less than 5, right? So you have to compute this and then find out whether the Mardia's coefficient is less than 5. If it is less than 5, then you can carry on with the estimation. There are other method of estimation after MLE, and there is something called a weighted least square is one method. Okay, is one method, which are not very important, so I don't go much. Then you have asymptote distribution method is one method of a distribute method. Okay, method. I call them as ADF in short. All these methods are available in Amos, for example, or most of the important software, very popular software. All these are method of estimation. Right. This can be used. This ADF can be used. This is you don't have to depend on this multivariate normality or multivariate kurtosis when you want to do an ADF. So ADF, if you want to do asymptote distribution method, asymptotic distribution method, asymptote distribution method, which asymptote is a line parallel to the x-axis, and it's called asymptote. So asymptotic distribution method does not look for Mardia's coefficient value less than 2 or at least less than 5. So that is this one. So only what is required is for ADF is more sample. There's a formula available. I forgot it. Using the formula, you have to ascertain what could be the sample size required to run an ADF. But remember, if I compare MLE with the ADF, then you need to have more samples, right? Now, what I'll do is I just take this in the Amos, so at least you get some idea. Okay. I forgot the screen share. I'll do it immediately. Now I'll take the software, what is called as Amos. Okay, what is called as Amos. So what I'll do is, I'll make it in the middle so that easy for you to see. Yes. Right. Now I was talking to MLE. I think if you go to, I'll just show you where it is available. You see, look at this particular dialog box. The default method, what Amos said is maximum likelihood. So it's a default method. Because of its power to estimate a good correct estimation, which is known for its predictability, maximum likelihood is an excellent method, or a very, very, very popular and scientifically proven method available. Right? Then you have a lot of the weighted, asymptomatic, generalized least square, weighted, unweighted, and scale-free, and asymptomatic. The first two require metric data, the first two methods, and the last three methods require, you can also non-metric data. Okay, so this is how it has been developed. So maximum likelihood method is the method, default method available in Amos. Right? Now, what I'm showing to you, what is called as the confirmatory factor analysis, right? The confirmatory factor analysis is performed like this. Okay, there is no structural arrow, and there is only a correlation between, or covariance arrow between two constructs, right? Right, two constructs, right? So I ran. I was talking to you about the error yesterday. Remember, all this on the left, you see E1, E3, E4. All these are errors. All these are errors in the data. So I can able to extract this error with the help of covariance-based SEM, what is called as Amos. Okay. So, and all this double-edged arrow, are nothing but a correlation or a covariance arrow. All this covariance arrow, you look at it. It is a double-edged arrow. Okay, all these are double-edged arrow. Look at this arrow. See this arrow. All these are double-edged. If it is not possible to see, I can take a lens and then I can see this. See these things. Each construct. You see the see the values here. See each one. Okay, each one has got a set of items, a set of questions. Okay, each one has got a set of questions. Right. So I was talking to you on. The estimation method. Remember, the default is maximum likelihood. So if you don't know much about Amos, you don't have to change the default to run as it is. Now what is the output? You can look at it the other way. What is the output you have? Look at whatever output you want. It is not going to give a standard form of output. But whatever you tick here, the output will come. So remember, so under the output, whatever you want, you just have to enable it. Whatever you don't want, we just keep it, don't enable it. All right? And then the other things, I will tell you what is bootstrap, permutation, all the other things later. Right? Now I can. 1 minute. I'll join you. I think you are. Right. Hello. Yes, madam. Okay, sure. Yeah, sure. I'll do it. Yeah. Okay. I'll make you as a host. Yeah. You want me? Okay, fine. Host. Yeah. Do it. I'm sorry. One of the coordinator want to put her as a host. I'm sorry. Madam, I'm not able to see your name. Madam, madam? Oh, okay. I can see you now. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay. Fine. Thank you. I think I made.
Sir, please make me host, sir. Host. Give me host.
Okay, fine. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry for the participants. Okay, so there's some administrative procedure. Okay. Right now, so all these questions, remember I have connected the questions. So I just can't drag. Once I connected the questions, I can drag this and put it inside. See this. The SP5 is going to change SP6. So I can drag and use this. It's very easy for you to use. You can drag and use it and run the analysis, right? So what I'm showing you here is a confirmatory factor analysis. So it is not a SEM. It's a confirmatory factor analysis. It's so I just have to drag this each one after the other. Then I have to run the analysis. Okay. This takes some time to run. If the model is very complex, it takes some seconds, not much. It takes some seconds. And for example, if I run this model, okay. No, since I've added this, is showing that. Okay. What I do is, so whatever I added is giving a problem. I put this one. Right. No, I think I can. So this is a place you can see here. It is called as calculate estimate. So if I click this, the model will start running. It takes few seconds to get the answer. I can have a text output, or I can have both. I can have both text output, or I can also have on the canvas also, values on the canvas also, depending on how you program it, right? So I just click it. I hope, yeah, it's over. Huh? See this, if this has been dull, now it has been slightly prominent. So this indicates the analysis is successfully completed. Okay, if I click on this, you can see a lot of values. I think, remember, these values are unstandardized. If you want a standardized values also, it is possible, then just click here. Right? So you can have both, depending upon. So all these things is possible if you know what form of output you want. So you may need to configure all these things before running the analysis. But there's a lot of steps I may not be able to tell you here before doing the analysis, like multivariate normality, outlier removal, all these things we do, and then only we will proceed to the final model estimation. I'll repeat it. What I'm showing you is an example of a confirmatory factor analysis, not SEM, right? Okay. When it will become SEM, I'll tell you that right now. Look at the text output. I'll tell you what the text output. Look at the text output. Yeah. And if you come to the, I hope you can see. Otherwise, I will change the screen again. Yeah. See the output. I don't know whether I can make it big. Let me try that. No, I don't think I can make it big. See this one. Look at my mouse pointer. It is showing us 2.102. I think the model is perfectly fit. And because the C minimum value, you can't see now. Okay, I'll show you. Yeah, can you see now? This is the model fit summary. I hope you can see now. Not it. So then I don't know. Okay, I don't know what happens. Yeah, I will again go. I will. Now, can you see this? Can you see the output? No, sir. Okay, fine. Okay, I don't know. What I'll do is I'll try to copy paste in a Word document and show you. Okay, I think nobody is able to see. Yeah, fine. Yeah. So what I did for convenience, since you are not able to see, I have copy pasted in a Word document. I have copied and pasted. See that? Now, hope now you can see the output. Huh? Now you can see this model fit summary.
No, sir. You please share the screen, sir.
Yeah, I am doing. I have done that. I don't know why it is not showing.
No, sir. Share the screen, sir.
Yeah, I've shared now. I don't know what is it I'm not doing. How is that, ma'am? Now you are having
no, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Can you see now? Word document?
No, sir.
I think what you should do, madam. There is an
Crash.
option. Yeah, I'll tell you what is the problem is. If you go to new share, there is only one participant can share. So you see, you convert them into multiple participants. We'll see. That only a host can do it. I cannot do it. Yeah, that I did it, Vanitha. I've stopped, then again I came back. Still it is not showing. In new share, there is a two option. One participant can share at a time, or multiple participants can share simultaneously. So that I think if you enable that.
You share the entire screen, sir.
Yeah, that is the only possibility, madam. Share the entire screen only is the possibility, sir. Yeah. I did it, or give me the host, madam, or co-host, something like that, so that I can do that.
You are the co-host, sir. You are the co-host.
Okay.
Stop sharing everything, sir. Close all the windows. Again, you share.
Oh, can you see the PPT? No.
No, sir.
Can you see now?
No, sir.
Madam, give me the host and I will try, madam.
Yes, sir. Now I gave the multiple options, sir. Yeah, now the screen is available.
Can you see now?
Again it went, sir.
Yeah, I stopped. Now you can see the score?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is because I gave the authorization to you. That is the reason now it's not showing. Yeah.
You can see your Word documents. Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Now I'll show you the AMOS output. Now I'll shop share this for temporarily. I think I'll show you the AMOS output. Yeah, I think this is the AMOS output. I hope you can see this AMOS output. The model.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See. Yes or no? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Look at those values. Huh? Please remember that the software will give you a lot of outputs, and many of the outputs are not useful due to various reasons. Right? So this is an issue. Which one to consider? Why? If you estimate, for example, a mediation model or a moderation model, the first one is you should know that what is the chi-square minimum per DF, okay? Chi-square minimum per DF. So what you do, if you want to get the 2.102, divide 199.6, take your calculator, divide 199.662 divided by 95. So 199.662 divided by 95, you get this 2.102. Right. Now, what is the cutoff value? What is the cutoff value? The cutoff value should be below 3. The cutoff value is below 3. So your model is fit because I get a value of 2.102, which is much less than 3. Then this model, according to C minimum bar DF, it's okay. It's good. It's not okay. It's excellent because of the value 2.1. Look at the CFA, comparative fit index. This is another area you should concentrate. Comparative fit index is close to 0.95. If it's 95 and more, it's fantastic. But I have not got those 9.95. I only got 0.947. So I think this is also good, very close to, but not excellent. I won't say great because it is not above 0.95. It is slightly on the line of 0.95. So if I report as 0.95 because it's 947. So I report as 0.95, right? And remember the NFI, all values are less, but again, acceptable level, the NFI is 0.905, right? Then other important thing is the RMSE value. I look at the RMSE value, roots mean square error of approximation. If you look at the value of this is 0.06. It should be better if I have less than 0.06. That's unfortunate. I cannot do more, but even if it is less than 0.08, this is exactly less than 0.08, 0.06. So I can say the model is acceptable. It's acceptable. I think reasonable fit is there. So this is how you have to write, right? Now, one more thing I forgot to tell you, and remember all the other things are waste, right? All the other things are no use. Now, I will also show you here the assessment of normality. See the assessment of normality, it's the critical ratio is around 49.8. I think as good as 50. I suggest that it should be less than 2 or at least 5. But you can see it's very high value, very, very high values are available. So this is the concern for this particular data set. Okay, you have a very high multivariate kurtosis, which is as good as as close as 50, right? So this is a concern. You need to reduce it. So how will I reduce it? That's another question. Now look at this. Observation of what I called yesterday as Mahalanobis distance. Mahalanobis distance. Okay, I think I told you this concept. You have a centroid. All the data most of the data will be in the centroid. Whatever far away from the centroid is called as an outlier, or I specifically call them as a multivariate outlier, right? So look at the value of respondent number 8 or case number 8 or observation number 8. You see, it's very high d square value, or the distance from the centroid is very, very high. So what I should do is I should knock out this particular observation or this particular respondent out because he is an outlier. If I remove this, then possibly the values of critical ratio may come down less, slightly less. So that way, one after the other, I have to remove in order to reduce the critical ratio to an acceptable level, right? 5 is slightly better. So you need to do it. So that is why we are asking you to collect more data, because like a process like this will eliminate some 30-40 respondents. So when you don't have those kind of buffer when you during your data collection time, it will be very difficult for you to remove this kind of outliers from the estimation, right? So a lot of things are available which I don't think are very important, right? So I told you as normality is one, the distance from the centroid or Mahalanobis distance is one, very important. Then the model fit is very important. C minimum, CFI, and GFI are some of the important things. And then you also have NFI, RFI, all these are very important. And then the RMSE. I forgot to mention you one more. I think what is that is. I forgot to mention you one more is, yes. Look at the plugins here. Look at the plugins here. just if you go to the plugin, there's something called standardized RMR. Okay, just note on this. What is called shortly as SRMR. I need this for reporting in my manuscript or journal article. The journal reviewer will ask you what is your model SRMR, what is called a standardized root mean square residual. So what I'll do, I just have to open this, keep as it is. Then with that, if I run the analysis, you can look at it. This particular place, if I take the cursor here, you can see calculate estimates. Okay, just click this calculate estimate. So I can get you this standardized root mean square residual, which is around 0.047. So I think it's quite reasonable. I think it should be less than 0.06. It is as good as 0.05, and then I think it is at an acceptable level. If I still want, I can reduce it, right? So this is also one important thing. May not be available in the output. You need to take out from the plugin and then do it, and that is why it comes. Right? So what is it you're trying to do? If you look at very on a very holistic approach, if you look at it, what I'm doing is I'm trying to look at how these questions or how these respondents' questions are all whether they are doing well in the analysis. If they are doing well in the analysis, I can carry out from the from the CFA, confirmatory factor analysis. Then if that is successful, I can move from CFA to structural equation modeling. I think Shanmuganathan, I think you have put your hand. I just want to know what is it you want to. Shanmuganathan, you want to chat or you want to unmute and speak? Okay, I think I don't know whether by mistake it did it. I don't know. I can see your hand. Okay, no problem. Okay. Now this is I've told you in a simple way how we do it. Confirmatory fact analysis using AMOS, which is a covariance-based software. It does not know about it. Does not know on variance, or it does not know on other method, other broad method. And the default method, as I mentioned, is a MLE, maximum likelihood estimation. You can run your analysis on maximum likelihood estimation. Remember, you to take care of multivariate kurtosis or multivariate normality. It is called as. You see that values are very in single digit at least, and then you can run the analysis. You'll get a wonderful result of structural equation modeling. Without that, you cannot do it. Before the SEM, you must have a CFA, what is called confirmatory factor analysis. You cannot straight away or directly run the SEM. Why? That's a question. I'll answer this question. I think I have a paper to show you in Google Scholar. No, I'll share an article. Okay, I'll share an article. Look at this article. I have a reason to open at this juncture this particular article. I have a reason to open this article at this junction because without confirmatory factor analysis, you cannot run a SEM. That particular information has come from this particular paper. It's a very old paper, as old as 1988. So it is a very famous paper. Anderson-Jerving paper is a very famous paper in structural equation modeling. He said, what does this paper says? If you read the abstract, it says that you will first run the confirmatory factor analysis. Then after completing everything, after the CFA estimation is over, then you perform what is called as the structural equation modeling. This is what this paper says. If you read this paper, this is what it says. It's a very slightly mathematical paper. If you have the patience, I think you can read. And this is what this paper says. You can also quote this paper or cite this paper. Why you in a paper you use both structural equation modeling. When you want to use a structural equation modeling, you don't start directly with structural equation modeling. You start rather with a confirmatory factor analysis. Then after that, you use a structural equation modeling. Right. Now, let me also show that some of my paper where I use like this. Okay. Now I'll open my paper. This paper is published maybe I think a couple of years back. If you want, somebody want it, I'll give you this paper. Read this paper. Read this paper. Oh, how? So I think please also understand software knowing is important. I don't say not much. At least these are very important because these are important for you to write the paper. You should know which paper to cite. Which paper is important, which paper is an important paper, a salient paper in that domain. All these things you must know to write a good manuscript. Right? See, look at what I wrote. The model was tested using two-stage analytical process, a measurement model and the structural model, as proposed by Anderson-Jerving 1988. So I quote this, I cite this paper. I have cited this paper because I need to tell the reader why I'm using a measurement model analysis and then followed by a structural model analysis. The measurement model is nothing but a confirmatory factor analysis is called as a measurement model. What I just showed you in Amos software, all this double-headed arrow and all these things are called in general. Confirmatory factor analysis is a very specific term. But what I did is I did a measurement model analysis. So that is what I did it, right? Okay. So I need to cite this paper I said. You can see what is the value I have done. Okay. The measurement model, that which means CFA value. See the chi-square value. Okay. See the chi-square is the degrees of freedom. Okay. If you divide chi-square value with the divide by degrees of freedom, I think you hardly get 1 point something. So which means the model is fit, right? Then people ask me, sir, what is this model you're telling? Yeah, I'll show you the model, what I've developed here. Okay. I'll go to the top and show you the model. This is the model I developed. This is the model I developed. I don't know whether I told you. I told in a few days back I have an FTP for University of Hyderabad scholars. Where I'm just telling to them all this direct relationship, like what is the direct relationship? Look at the arrows, look at the arrows here, look at the arrows here, and all these are direct relationship. This direct relationship has been done by many papers. So there is no novelty here for the direct relationship. So what is novelty here is the moderation. So if something is hitting like this, if an arrow hits an arrow like this, see the wave, that direct collision, okay, one goes. If that is the case, then then I'm talking that experience is moderating the relationship between adaptive selling and job satisfaction, as well as customer orientation and job satisfaction. So this is only the novelty. Look at the novelty. This is the only portion as a novelty. Okay, all the other direct relationship all these are all done by many scholars or many papers. So only thing is this portion and this portion and this portion. These two arrows are only the novel or something new. Okay. Remember, this is not a very simple paper. This is a paper available in all in Scopus, Web of Science, ABDC journalist. Across the world, this paper is available. What is this paper? Journal of Business and Industrial Marketing. So, right? Right. This Journal of Industrial Marketing. Right. So this paper, I'll show you what is this paper. This from Emerald, Journal of Business and Industrial Marketing. So this paper is a good paper, otherwise it's very difficult. I went for 3-4 revision, and then finally I got acceptance after the 4th one, right? So they'll ask you, maybe first time they say reject and resubmit was the first one. The second one was given as a major revision. Third one was a minor revision, and then finally accepted. So I think if I have an opportunity to speak to you next time in any other forum, I'll tell you how to tackle the reviewers. Okay, may not be all of them are required. Somebody who writes often, how to tackle those reviewer, and then how to submit this response to reviewer format, how to develop that, and so on. Okay, see this page here. See, received on August, again revised, and see those revised. All this indicates if the journal does not put, I think I have a doubt whether what quality. A good quality journal will normally gives this information in the first page. When that particular paper received, when it has been revised, the first revision. See the August 3 and December 20 is the first revision. See the number of months. From there, February to June, again 4 months. Again, the third revision is again hardly, I think, took 10 days. And 21st, the editor says this paper has been accepted. If I look at the first version, the first one which made the first revision, I mean the first while submitting, and the one I show in front of you, that's totally different because a lot of work has been asked by the reviewer to do it in order to change the paper. Then I see now the paper has a lot of changes. The value creation by the reviewers are phenomenal. They did a lot of work. They said, what is that, this, that question, and thereby the paper quality has changed substantially from the initial submission to the last third revision, right? So this is a model. This is a model. So how to develop model? I think it's not the workshop today. We used to discuss how model, how conceptual framework. I think somebody asked me yesterday conceptual framework. I think this is a concept. I can tell you a conceptual framework for this particular model. First one here, it is an attitude, behavior, and an outcome variable. It could be attitude, behavior, and outcome. So I can go like the straight line. There's a one box here, which I say the customer orientation comes under attitude. Adaptive selling behavior is a behavioral variable. And so you remember, I think somebody is in psychology, they will understand what is the behavioral variable and what's the attitudinal variable. And the last one is the job outcome. Yes, so I can think of a concept. Remember, if you want to do it. Remember, if you want to. Yes, I know. I think you asked me in somebody. Yes, I remember that. If you want to build a model, I think better to build a conceptual framework and then further build a model. It is like this. The conceptual framework. It is like a container. You to put some specific form of variable. For example, I can put one container to begin with. I think I'll show you that. Understand? Right now, I'll draw this. I'll stop share. I'll go to my Word document and tell you this conceptual framework. There's no paper available. How to do a conceptual framework. We understand. We read little here and there. I will come to the point. for example, I have, for example, I have, say, for example, I have 3 constructs, right? I have 3 constructs. So what I'll do, I have 3 constructs here. So I think I'll take a fresh page. Yeah, what I'll do, Control C, Control V. So I'm building a model. Okay. I think I will explain for some of you on mediation. So if I do like this, no, if I take arrow, then if I draw, if I take an arrow and draw, let's connect this 1. Okay, I think visible for you, I suppose. Yes. So Control CV, yeah, I have another arrow. I'll draw this, take this arrow. So I build a model. So I have here in my paper, I have here a customer orientation. Okay. So I have what is called as customer orientation. Okay, and this I'll fill this as adaptive selling. Okay, so and this is an outcome variable. Okay, and this is called the job satisfaction. So this is how the model I have built for the paper. Okay. So, okay, I'll explain this model. I'll also explain some of the concepts. So that's why I draw this model. And this is a mediator. Right? This adaptive selling is a mediator. So I think I'll put it here. If somebody want to build a model, think of a mediator, right? Think of a mediator. This is a mediator, right? This is an outcome variable. Okay, any individual outcome variable. So I call this as outcome variable. Outcome does not mean a model outcome. Outcome means a salespeople outcome. So my job performance can be an outcome variable, right? It's outcome variable. Remember, this is an outcome variable. Right? Right. Now there's a paper available. A lot of paper says at this particular variable, remember the concept. At one point of time, this variable could be around 35, 40 years old in sales literature, right? This was considered as a behavioral variable. Then after some point of time, some famous authors or some scholars as changed from behavioral variable and they theorized as an attitudinal variable. Remember the changes. At one point of time, it was considered as a behavioral variable, and later later stages, they consider as they theorized as a attitudinal variable. So that is also possible. Changes over a period of time, but I have not seen much. So this is an attitudinal variable. So I just put as attitude. Attitude variable. Attitude variable. So I built a model, what is called as a mediation model. Okay, as a mediation model. So I need to test. Using AMOS. The one way is to test AMOS. The other way I can use process macro. There are different ways you can think of. Does that mean experience is a latent variable? No, or no. Mean experience is not a latent variable. And look, if you look at the model Sohasini, that if you look at the model in my paper, I have put it in a rectangular box, which means it's an observed variable, not a latent variable. But all these are latent variable. Now all these have statements to measure. Okay. For example, to measure this customer orientation, I have 5 statements, 5 or 6, I think. Even adaptively, I have 5, and job satisfaction, I have 5. I think I'll take you that portion also, because many of them don't get the idea of what is a latent variable. Let me go to the paper. I'll show you that in my measurement model results, I've given that. Just see this. See, in case of adaptive swelling behavior, I have 5 statements for 5 items. In case of customer orientation, again, I have 5 items. And job satisfaction, I have 5 items, but some of them are not really loaded. So I have dropped 2 and I have retained only 5. So that also I need to mention. Whatever I do, I have to mention, right? Whatever I do, I have to mention whether I have dropped, what is the reason, right? I think I have done, I don't know whether I've done that. Yeah, you can see here, I think some people ask me, job experience, I do not measure experience in a categorical form. I don't do that. Like many people I've seen the questionnaire, when they design the questionnaire, they'll put experience 0 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 8, 8 to 11. I don't know why they have this gap. I don't know. Why 0 to 3? Why not 0 to 5? I don't know what is it you are going to support. Why it is 0 to 3? So this is a way they collect. I've seen some people do it. Do not collect like that. So how should you collect? I'll go back and show you, which is very important, which is very fundamental. I'll take you have to collect like this. If I have a job experience, if I want to collect job experience, you just collect. Just this is my question. Job experience, right? You just put a colon and draw a line, put in the bracket years, and then you also draw a line and say, if you want very specific, then you can also think of, that's all over. So how many years are there? So I can say, and I'm there for 15 years, and I can say 6 months. So when I code that in my SPS or Excel, so what I'll do, I code this as say this I can code as, this particular data I will code as 15.5 years. Okay. So what is that you should do? You just convert them into years, and then I can have it in my Excel or SPSS data, any of the data. If you want to keep your data, data sheet, I can call them. So it can be in Excel or it can be in that form, whichever you like. But you have to code collect like this and code. Yeah. Now remember, if I collect like experience like this, theoretically, it starts from 0. It starts from, please understand, it starts from 0. Right? If I start collecting an experience of an individual, I start measuring from 0. So how many years you have? 1, 2, 3, or 5, whatever she or he said. Remember, if I measure one's height also, I'll start from 0. Remember, if I want to measure the depth of a dam, for example, I start from 0. My scale starts from 0. So those data are excellent. Those data, because I collect those data in ratio scale, these are excellent. So do not collect in a category like many people have collected. I've seen like this experience. Okay, put a column. You need to put a box. There's a box open. A box will be drawn. Okay, they'll be draw a box here, and then they put it here. Draw a box. Now, what they'll do is they'll take this and they say this is 0 to 3 years. So, yes, they keep under box. They say Control C, Control V, and they say that this is nothing but say 3 to 6 years. Okay, so I suggest do not do it. Okay, I suggest do not do it. Right. Right. Suppose you give 0 to 0. No, again, even if I get 0 to 6, there's an issue also, Subhashini, because if you give 0 to 6, 0 to 3, 0 to 6, people, for example, a person who is in 0 to 6, say for example, I have 5 years. So where if I mark in 0 to 5, then also what is that you're doing it conceptually? You're converting them into categories. I don't want categories. I want metric data. Category means gender. Yeah, I have no option for gender. I have to put them as category. When I have no option, I don't bother. But when I have no other way, I don't bother. But when I can do collect data, remember the concept. If you have an higher level data, converting them to a lower level data, ratio scale is a higher level data. To convert them, if I want to convert them into category or nominal data, is easy. But the vice versa is not possible. So that is what I want to know. Here also I want to tell you. Yeah, I was insisting you yesterday also. Collect as much as possible higher level data wherever possible. If you don't have an option like gender, for example, I know that everybody knows that it's not possible. Okay, so do not collect. So I have collected my experience like this. I collected my experience like this. So what is that I did? I just said, you just tell your experience in terms of number of years. That's all. If it says 3 months, I'll say, he says, put a hyphen in the year and put 3 months. Right. No, I think when I open the paper, there are some more points which are quite unique, and you should understand that that's the uniqueness. So what is unique here? I'll go back to the paper. I'll go back. Yes, yeah, excellent, Deepa. I think you understood. Do not collect age also like that. If at all you want to convert them into categories or we call them as freq 5 to 10, you can do it in the visual binning option in SPSS and convert it. But when you collect age or experience as like what I said. Do not collect as categories. These are not useful. Even if I ask you how you developed 0 to 5 experience, what is the reason? Then you don't have any answer. If the reviewer asks you, you may not be able to answer that question. So do not get into those trouble. Good observation, Deepa. Right now, I think I want to show you that. I'll go to the my paper. The paper. I have some more thing which I feel. So I worked in that, so I can talk more, and that could be useful for your research as well, which is much more instead of talking, theoretical things. Okay, it's all my practice. Look at it. If you look at it, the data. Remember what I am talking you. Certain data are excellent data, proprietary data. Okay, you don't get it. The editor knows those kind of things. Okay, so what I'll do is look at this data. If you look at this data, This is, to my knowledge, is the only study in management that have used unionized salespeople as respondent. I'll repeat it. The samples or the respondents are unionized salespeople. I checked across in different domains, sociology, political science, and economics, marketing. There is no paper that are discussed unionized salespeople. Unionized factory workers, there are some good papers, there are many papers available for unionized factory people, factory employees, but unionized salespeople, there is no paper available. Certain data, remember that they are proprietary. Why I am telling you here in a country like India, this is very popular. When I meet people, researchers from abroad, so they find it difficult to collect data because we have huge number of huge people. I'll give another example. There is one small and scale, medium and small SME and MSME office, district office, where one point of time I can collect 150 to 200 data of female SMEs and MSMEs owner, and gender is female. I think those kind of data you don't get anywhere. Please understand that some data are proprietary, very difficult to get. So you need to think of that also. Okay, you need to think that also. Certain data are very proprietary. That is available. You need to really try to look on that, because if you say that the data I have collected 200 female SMEs. Or the SMEs are managed by female, and these are the owners of the SMEs. Those data are very rare. You can get in Tamil Nadu in India. Okay, so they are under the impression, all the people from Europe and US, they are under the impression, and they told me that India is a happening place. It's a petri dish. Such data, big data are available here. So remember, they come here and then they do the analysis and they take the data from here. But we sitting here, we missed out. For example, that's a study conducted in a top journal in economics of what happened before the launch of mobile phone and after the launch of mobile phone in Kerala. So big paper has come. Who did this? An American did this. So he found out what happened, the sales of fish during the without the mobile phone or without the mobile operation as not there for 15 years back. What happened after that? So he collect both the data. He knows that it's going to come within a couple of years. So he immediately went to Kerala from US. He took a team and then he collect the data. What does the data says? The data is how he can able to, once he caught the fish in the mid of the sea, he can phone up to 3-4 ports from the sea that this is what available. So he traveled to which direction, depend upon where he get the best price. So that is a study done in economics. If somebody needs it, I'll trace back and tell you what is the journal name, who is the author, right? So what I'm telling you, I think I also want to close. Look out for some proprietary data which is available. It's a very rare in other part of the world. So you can build a paper on that and say that is something new. I don't know. To be very frank and honest, I want to admit here, I don't know those things. But without knowing, I did that. Now I understand that, oh, something is there in the paper. Then the editor accepted the paper. So now I'm telling you, if you have some good data, something which is not able to happen in other part of the world, the editors want that. What is that particular data, and what is the relationship you are going to establish in sample with the help of the samples? Okay. So yes, large workforce and different kind of workforce. We can do a lot of research. Longitudinal research is one. A lot of options are available in India. You can't say that our place is not having. We are living in a petri dish. A lot of happening in our place in different ways. Think of the only place you have around 7-8%, maybe after China, I don't know. But one of the few places across in the world that we have a GDP growth of around 7-8%. A lot of things are available. Right? Now I think I'll want to call the organizer. Can I stop here now and come tomorrow. Yeah, Subhashini, I think you put your hand up. Is there anything? Yeah, it's a day. This is, you just told me in the chat box. That's what you have mentioned. Oh, you can't unmute, so I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
Yes, sir, I could.
Yeah. Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah, tell me, please.
Sir, actually, just I've started with my research. My topic is related to work-life balance among teachers.
Okay.
So I have more or less the variables are job satisfaction and motivation. So I think I can use this SCM model, right?
Yeah, you can use very much use SCM model. Now,
how do I decide on the variables now?
Pardon me?
How do I decide on the variables?
Yeah, that's a very long process, Subhashini. You have to read the literature, find out the research gap available, and then you have to build the model.
Okay.
Remember that.
Be shared?
Yeah, sure. Send a mail to my email ID, rmari@gmail.com. I think you have sent yesterday to me, I suppose. I shared your book yesterday. Yeah, just send. I will send a test mail. I will attach and send it. Whatever you want. I have published a few papers. Having said work-life balance, now I have a friend. I just tell his name. Okay, his name is Murugan. He's working in IIM Shillong. Okay, his name is Murugan. Not everyone, for only Subhashini. He has a lot of paper on work-life balance. So I think you can even try to connect with him. He will help you. He is I think, if you look at his PhD work, it is available in Shodhganga. His PhD work is based on work-life balance. So try to catch. I think in India, I know this is one of the few people who works on this work-life balance. He works on some family, incivility, and so on. Right?
Okay.
So,
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other question? I'll ask my Sailila ma'am to close today and open tomorrow.
Sir, there is one question in the chat box by Deepa Kumaravelu.
Okay, I look at Deepa Kumaravelu. Yeah. Thanks. Sorry, I missed it. Sir, other demographic variable like designation can be. Yeah, it's very difficult to. The designations are not very important unless until if your research gap requires that. Yeah, you can only collect as designation. Yeah. You cannot do anything. But what you do to be on the safe side, collect designation as designation. There is in some companies, they even though they say like some name, position name, they call this you are in L1, L2, L3. Some positions are built. They can name them. They don't name as L1, L2, but they call them as product manager, senior product manager, and so on. But if you can able to get that L1, L2, L3, that could be slightly better because that is a kind of interval scale, L1, L2. It would be better to use. Otherwise, no chance, Deepa. You can only use designation as designation. I have some more message. Yeah, grade 1, 2, 3. Yes, something like that could be at least better. Yeah, thank you. Sailila ma'am, you are there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shall we close
Is there
it today?
any questions?
Yeah, sir. Any questions? Yeah. Anybody want to ask any questions? I don't have any way. I don't come like a conventional faculty. I don't come with a PPT. Wherever I feel important, because I know research everywhere is important. You don't gather from one FDP. You need to keep attending 10, 15 FDPs to get some idea. So anybody wants any information in person because somebody may not able to communicate to me, just send a mail to me and tell me what you want. I will help. I will send to you. This is my email ID, rmari@gmail.com. So my name is Harindranath. Very easy to remember anyway. Thank you, Padmanabhan. Thank you so much. Welcome. No, Sivapriya, you are right. You can interlink HR and IT, but remember, where you are collecting samples is not important. where you are collecting sample, what domain, what population is, or what is an IT force or a faculties or a clerical staff. That is not important. But what is important for a paper? What is the theoretical relationship you are establishing empirically? That is what is important, right? So what samples are not, what sample is not important. What is important is what theoretical relationship you are establishing in the study, which is novel, which nobody has tested it before. Nobody, no, none of the research paper has tested this relationship. This is something new and this is something novel. But they're asking for fee. Thank you, Dr. Shivananda. Thank you so much. Hello. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of seeing your phone. I'll do it, madam, immediately. I made you host, madam. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Malati. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sir, we'll be continuing with SEM tomorrow.
Yeah, we will continue tomorrow. SEM, some mediation and some moderation if possible.
Sure. There is one more MIC, mimic.
Yeah, that's a mimic model. Yeah, mimic model, we use it. I think if you look at the Journal of Applied Psychology article of Brown, Brown introduced this mimic model, multiple indicator, multiple cause model. Not widely used, but this can be used if you want to use, if you have scale, or if you have construct which has combination or reflective items and formative items, then you can think of. But not much has been taken up for mimic, but you can think of.
So if it is basically construct, this should be better, no? SEM should be good.
Yeah, SEM is good if you have a construct. Because you are will be very robust. Okay, your analysis will be robust if you use them. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Very good feedback from the participants. We can see from the chat box, it was an excellent session, very informative, very useful session. Thank you, sir. Thank you for illustrating with the help of journals and with your output from AMOS, etc. Thank you so much, sir. Tomorrow we can continue, sir.
I think 4 o'clock I'll join, madam.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Abhilasha. Thank you so much. Thank you all. So anything you want, please send to me. I'll try to help you. Thank you. Yeah, Ramalinga Rao, please, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Aruna. Thank you so much. Thank you, Deepa. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Kanan, sir. Thank you. Vishwanathan, thank you.